Hey, here we are in the Richard Rodgers Theater on the scene of Hamilton, an American musical, the hit Broadway musical, and we're out here at front of house with my front of house engineer, Justin Rathbun.
Hello.
This is control for audio for the production. We're looking at a Digico SD7T, and we're actually right in the middle of preset. So Justin's going through console programming, sound effects playback programming, and checking in with the backstage crew on the walkie-talkie,
Yes, I did.
and also doing a complete system check of the loudspeaker systems. It's about 200 components in the loudspeaker system, so it's pretty important that we go through that every day. And Justin leads the charge on that as the A1, we call him. He's got a team of 2 people backstage in charge of the wireless microphones, and one of those is also covering the front of house mix. So you're getting a view of the set now of Hamilton from basically some of the best seats in the house. A lot of choreographers and directors love this house because they can see the floor and the feet of the dancers from every seat on the orchestra level as it takes a very steep rake from this break up to the back of the orchestra level. As you can see, we've captured a lot of speakers in a very small, tight area, which is pretty typical of a Broadway house. We have speakers on the proscenium up and down. We have them tucked away under the boxes and in front of the boxes. Some of the nooks and crannies I talked about earlier, you can really see how we try and address all the architecture of the room. And then, of course, from here you can also see what we call the apron truss, where we've captured a lot of the firepower in the loudspeaker system, which fires at both the main floor, where we are now, and at the one big balcony section in this theater. We've broken that up into 2 parts. So we hit the front of the balcony from the apron truss, and then we also do the rear of the balcony from what we call the mid-house truss, which is right above me here. And you can see some of that captured up there among the lighting instruments. From this position, you get a chance to see the beautiful set designed by David Corrins. We've tucked loudspeakers into this whole environment so the cast can hear the orchestra. It's the part that the audience doesn't get to see, but the cast relies heavily on. Tucked under all of these catwalks and in the grid above are dozens and dozens of small loudspeakers transmitting the sound of the orchestra to the cast so that they can stay in sync and perform in a full-throated manner to an audience every night. We've even tucked speakers here in the apron of the stage, both pointing at the audience for the first few rows and loudspeakers that are pointed back at the cast again for monitoring from the band, which is right below us, 10 of them making a great amount of noise. This is a view I never get tired of. You're looking behind me at the Richard Rodgers Theater, all 1,300 seats, and every time I step on the stage, I'm reminded of how proud I am of this production and of all the people who work here. It doesn't get old, and even today, talking to you, it still makes my heart full that I was able to be here and play a small part in the success of this amazing, amazing piece of literature and this amazing show. The crew's getting ready to do it tonight for 1,300 people and every night for 1,300 people, and it's real exciting to be here. So here we are down in the basement of the Richard Rodgers Theater, and this is the beating heart of the sound system down here. Behind me is Annalie Craig, who's prepping the wireless for tonight's show. We have 30 channels of Sennheiser SK5212. Behind me is the rack with the EM3732 receivers, and everything additional to drive the sound system passes through this area, including signal processing, video, intercom distribution, all the amplification for the sound system, and all the monitoring as well. This is where it all comes together and gets distributed out to the house, and that's getting ready to do a show tonight.